Ya estando la música, ya empieza.
I Love Micheladas.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the I Love Micheladas Show. And really, welcome to our first guest, Javier Cabral, editor-in-chief of LATaco.com. Welcome.
That still sounds weird, but thanks for having me.
So just to get started, this is the first episode, and I don't know what the show's gonna be. We're just gonna do it, and it'll develop in time, and you guys can comment and like the video, or even if you dislike it, just dislike it, and just let us know in the comments what you guys like, what you guys didn't like. So we'll get into it. So I was hanging out with Javier earlier.
We're having some mariscos.
We're having some mariscos Jalisco from up the street. And we're thinking, we're like, let's do the show. It's going to be the first episode. What do we do? And Javier had this idea about, like, what if he just chooses one of his favorite beers. And I was like, yeah, let's go up the street. We went to Ramirez Liquor down on Olympic and Soto. And you chose one of your favorite beers, right? Or a beer that's important to you.
Yeah, so when you asked me to bring like a random beer to mix with the michelada mix, I took it as a challenge, right? Because everyone can go with their usual, Pacifico or Modelo or Tecate or
just any normal
just
beer,
any kind of simple, light, crispy, like Mexican style beer,
which are all good.
But then, I don't know if anyone here has heard or knows of Ramirez Beverage Center. That place, you don't go there to buy those beers.
It's like a candy store in there.
It's like a candy store, and and you go there, and it's like, I don't know, like probably like 15 or 16 different cases and refrigerators, like aisles of so much beer, and it's a very overwhelming experience. So I was walking around, checking all the beers, seeing what stood out, and there's all these crazy ideas that you can go with, right? Like a stout or like a IPA or like a cider even. Remember we talked about cider?
We talked about maybe bringing a cider over.
Exactly, but there was one beer that stood out to me, and I kind of weirdly, I thought that it could actually really work out.
Because I told you, the weirder the better, or not the weirder, but just the more special to you.
Yeah, the weirder the better, and as we all know, if we don't risk, then you won't get anywhere. So I picked it up, and here it is.
All right, let's show us what you brought today.
So we're going to have an Upright Brewing number 5.
Nice.
Which is their hopped series. Upright Brewing is from Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
And they're one of the OGs, and in my opinion, like one of the best Saison specialists. I think that's all they make, actually. And
so tell us a little bit about why you chose this particular beer. What's your connection to it?
So my connection to it. So I met my wife in Portland, Oregon. And nice. This brewery was part of that process. And I feel like when I was in Portland, it was when my beer palate developed and matured. And this brewery, we would go there every single time I would visit her or we return. It just became it became like a stop. So of course there's a sentimental value to the beer. But I mean,
and that works so well because I love micheladas.
Exactly, right? I was like, if you're gonna have me on the show, I might cry a little bit, I might get emotional, but it is what it is.
Only if we're lucky.
Vatos who feel emotions. But honestly, if you put the Saison next to any other Saison, I mean, I think it will beat a lot of them because this Saison's really good.
And earlier you said you think this is probably the first time anyone's ever mentioned.
I'm pretty sure that this is the first time that the words chamoy and Saison have been said in the same sentence. So this is
people always ask us, how do we get the thick rim on it? And the secret is chamoy, just chamoy and tajin.
Chamoy, for those of you who don't know, chamoy is traditionally a sauce made from dried apricots in Mexico, and it's soured with a little bit of lime sometimes, and a lot of salt, and it's this kind of intense flavored, sour, salty, sometimes spicy mix. Although now you can buy it in store shelves everywhere, and like you said, it really makes the michelada look amazing and decadent. And I don't know if you can't just half-ass a michelada, or you can't just do a michelada halfway. You gotta do the whole thing. Half tajin on the rim, a chamoy.
Well, first let's add the mix.
Let's try it out. Yeah.
Let's add some. And today we're using the red mix, and you actually chose the red mix specifically for this.
Yeah, because the red mix for me is a flavor profile that I think would go better with this beer style, because your original green one, I love it, but it's pretty hardcore. It has lots of spices and and lots of
Yeah, it's very
lime.
savory. It's very savory and spicier.
This one is a little more. It's still very savory and very spicy, but also has a lot more of a traditional michelada.
It's got a lot more tomato juice to
Exactly.
it, and the acidity really cuts through the flavors
Yeah.
and it balances everything out a
Yeah, and then-
little more on the middle.
Yeah, and I like micheladas, what they call it.
Oh, I love 'em.
The salsas, right? Which is hot, like
Yeah,
sauces.
preparada.
Preparadas, which is in Oaxaca and Mexico when
Yeah.
when you get it just with sauces.
That's more the OG
right?
brown.
Exactly. And then
This is
here-
more the LA style.
Yeah, and then here in the U.S., micheladas have become synonymous with like clamato and tomato cocktail, which they're cool, but I mean for me,
Well,
that's not a
that's
michelada.
not what this is.
Yeah,
This is from the
exactly.
ground up michelada
Exactly,
mix.
exactly. So let's try and
Let's do it. Add it in.
So this is a hop saison. So it could either be really good, or it can be like really.
And by the way,
interesting.
just for the like two people out there that have never heard of Javier, Javier's background is actually in food. He's a food writer. You've written for LA Times, cover stories for Savoy magazine. So you're an authority figure when it comes to flavor.
Yeah, man, I've been doing it for 15 years.
15 years. I guess I
And,
bet that I know already.
I trust my palate, and my palate is telling me to try this this hops saison.
Let me try the beer by itself
All right,
because I've actually never had it. Upright
Brewing.
Saison style beer 5.
If you're ever in Portland, definitely go check out the brewery.
Try them out. Let me try it by itself. Wow, that's a great beer, man.
Yeah, and like whenever you buy a saison and you taste it, it should never taste like a hef. It should be a little sour, a little funky, a little full flavored.
We'll give it a try and see what you
Let's see
think.
what's
How
up,
does it
man.
taste as a michelada?
I'm a little scared to be honest.
It's a great beer. Let's see what kind of michelada makes.
It's bubbling. It's a nice color. It's a nice amber color.
And by the way, we're actually recording live from our warehouse where we make the michelada mix. In case you hear any sounds.
Oh my god!
What do you think?
That's like electrically freaking good, man.
That's
Wow.
amazing, man.
It's gonna be hard to go
Let me
back
try
to.
that. Let me try that.
It's gonna be hard to go back to
To regular beer?
your Mexican Chris Lager after that, man. And again, it's
Ooh, that is good.
yeah. And that's the thing about
That definitely adds in the complexity of the beer.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this brewery is like, it's hop, but it's not like aggressively crazy hop, so it's not too bitter. And so you can still taste the beer, right? You
Yeah.
can still taste the hops. You can still taste the
Yeah, the beer is like under the lip, and then on top, the flavor of the michelada that makes it. Like to me, the michelada it's a thing unto it itself. So you got michelada. I actually brought another beer.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a little more old school.
What'd
It's a
you
little more regular. And it's old school in terms of now, because it's still not that old school. I brought a Mango Heffenweiser by Garage Brewing, and I'm just gonna make a quick mango michelada.
That sounds good. That sounds pretty classic. And
Yeah, it's classic. Just a mango michelada. And actually, people ask us, do we make like a mango mix or like mango flavor mix? And really, you get the flavor
Yeah.
from the beer.
Yeah.
So, boom.
And right now it is towards the end of mango season, so
And it's also hot out.
it's also hot out. So
It's hot in LA.
it's always
probably hot everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Let's see. Cheers,
Well,
man.
cheers.
Well, thanks for having me on the inaugural
No problem,
episode.
dude.
And let's see what's up.
All right. Now, segueing into the second part of the show.
How is it? Well, first of all, how is it?
It's amazing. It tastes like mango. It's a very like, you get the mango in the front, but it tastes like the real fruit. You don't get the artificial mango flavor with this beer.
Yeah, that tastes like cutting into a mango.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's bomb. So, segue into the second part of the show. Tell me your more recent michelada story, like something that it's I Love Micheladas. It's the Michelada Show. It's I Love Micheladas Show. So tell us like your last great michelada story.
Let's see. My last memory with michelada is actually it somehow ended up in my little shower bag in my shampoo bag.
Somehow.
When I went to Mexico this last time with my wife and her friends,
And then it's TSA approved, the little 4-ounce bottles.
yeah, well it is, but I just told the officer that I was like, it's my shampoo. So he was.
I just washed my hair. That's how he gets
He
his
was cool.
beautiful
yeah,
locks.
he was cool with it. And it's a great conditioner too. So so it ended up we ended up going to this little place that's still not as burned out as Tulum, called El Cuyo. It's in Yucatan, and it's like your stereotypical like Corona commercial like beach with like beautiful white sand and ocean and kind of sleepy and just the perfect place to chill out. And it was one of those. We were there. I was there on vacation, so I enjoyed it on like a weekday. And I remember just like standing up front of the house, pouring the michelada mix. It was a green one, and it was with the Cucapa Mexican beer that a friend
Oh, nice.
Cesar had brought. and which is a Mexican craft beer brewed in Mexicali. And it was with the pale ale,
Pale ale.
with the pale ale, and it actually it tasted really good. But for me that was a moment of like, micheladas. I usually only had them with like Mexican beer, but I mean with Mexican traditional crisp beer. But this one was a Mexican craft beer, a cerveza artesanal, what they call them over there.
Yeah.
And it was really good. So for me that was a moment of like deep leisure, joy, happiness, relaxing, and also just like the two worlds combining of like michelada kind of culture, which is, if you have a michelada, chances are that you're probably having a good time.
Yeah, that's what a michelada should feel
exactly.
like.
It should
feel like kicking
so.
back on the beach.
But this time, since I've grown into become a beer snob, for better for worse, it worked out. So I was really glad to have tried that new combo, and now I'm not scared. Now knowing that even with this hop,
dude, now you can try with anything.
Yeah,
you can make a michelada with anything. It's amazing.
I know. I'm a little skeptical of like a stout, of like a like a chocolate.
Maybe that'll be
stout.
The next show. I don't know.
I don't
know who will be on next.
Maybe it could be called like a mole michelada stout beer or something, and someone will find a way of selling it to you. So
that's awesome. Well, thanks for coming, man.
Well, thanks for having me,
tell the
man.
audience real quick, where can they find you?
So you can find me at the Glutster,
On Instagram.
at TheGlutster on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow my work at LA Taco and
LATaco.com.
Make sure to follow us and read all of our stories. And if you
And LA Taco's having a drive right now, right? A member drive.
We're at the end of our member drive. So if you have $10 to spare,
$10
a month.
That's like 3 coffees, 2 coffees. I know where some of you guys get coffee. That's expensive.
It's not even a 6-pack.
Yeah, it's less than a 6-pack.
And
way less than a 6-pack.
If you can afford that,
it's less than 4 packs.
Those funds go directly to supporting local journalism. I've been working with a lot of really awesome young journalists who have awesome ideas, and I'm publishing their stories. So those funds go directly to that, and and help just cover our city of LA and everything that happens here. So.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks a lot, man.
I love tacos, LA Taco.
Yeah.
I love micheladas.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Tell us what you think.
Yeah. Or dislike.
Or dislike. Yeah, I don't really care.
Be honest.
Just tell us. Give us feedback. Comment. See what you think.
Yeah.
What kind of questions should we ask next? What kind of guests should we have?
Michelada pairings. If you have a beer idea.
Yeah. What's your favorite beer? Put it in the comments. We'll have other guests.
Yeah.
We'll have a video weekly, hopefully. So thanks for watching.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. First episode down.